Oh, we're live. Hi, everybody. If you guys are there, oh, sorry if the camera quality is bad. We're live streaming through the laptop. We might have to do it through our phone next time. But if you guys are here, let us know if you can hear us. Say hi. We're going to be kind of recapping our um, 20-year anniversary trip to Arkansas. We thought it'd be fun to do that live stream, or any other questions you guys have, or whatever you want to chit chat about. We're here to answer questions, chit chat, whatever you want to do. Yeah, don't mind me. All right. Can you guys hear me if you're on there? Yes. Get rid of this here. Skip. All right. Don't mind me. This is what I do with Clay, too. All right, everybody. Anyways, that was a long, nothing going on intro, but we're live streaming to talk about our 20-year anniversary trip. And if you guys would, make sure to hit that thumbs up button where the camera is here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's free to do, and it helps us grow our channel, help us get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. We're about 20 away, give or take on the day or the hour. And if you do feel like you want to help support us a little bit more, go ahead and hit that join button or the link in the description to our YouTube memberships. We have 6 different levels starting at only 99 cents a month. And we appreciate all the support, even the 99-cent members. Bring it on. Sign up for our memberships and get early access to our videos. Or you can always hit super thanks on our videos. If you're watching this live, you can always hit super chat to it as well. So I guess we'll start with recapping our 20-year anniversary vacation, weekend getaway. I don't know what you want to call it, but what do you want to call it? A trip?
Mini vacation.
Mini vacation. There
I
we
still
go.
call it a vacation because you get to get away.
It is true.
So I would say that Arkansas is very beautiful. Um, if you take, there's 3 different routes you can take from Branson to uh, where do we go? Bentonville
Bentonville,
first,
Arkansas.
and Rogers. The route we took was very windy, so one of the things I look back on is I should have packed some Dramamine.
Hey, you didn't get sick at all,
I
though.
did not get sick, but I get very car sick. I have since I was a kid. But I would recommend if you get car sick that you should bring some Dramamine.
Yep. And then we stayed in Bentonville, Arkansas. I still can't say that name right. And we stayed at the Spark at Hilton. Is that the name of the hotel?
Yes, it's like a miniature hotel of a Hilton hotel. It was only 2 stories.
Yeah. It was a remodeled or newer hotel, one of those two, right?
I think it
I
I
don't know.
think it was newer, but I couldn't quite pin it or not, but it smelled new, like fresh paint, and they had remodeled their floors and their carpets and their beds, and um,
Yeah. And it was definitely clean. I did not sleep well there, though. Their AC unit was so loud when it would come on. It was nice being cool, though, but it was loud, and I did not like the pillows. Pillows were like pretty much sleeping on no pillows.
yeah, so pretty much if you put the 2 pillows that you had for each person on top of each other, they just completely flattened, and you were laying on the
Yeah,
mattress. It was pretty
so
bad.
it was pretty bad. Oh, I did forget to say at the beginning too, though. Kim might have to take over the live stream if the kiddos are in bed, but if they come in, I'll have to go put them back to bed and go from there. So yeah, the hotel, it was a nice hotel. Besides, yeah, I just did not sleep good there
And
at
it
all.
was on a main road, which I did a lot of research for about 2 to 3 months before this trip. I really like to research things before I just or we just go somewhere, and especially for costs and everything. But it was on a main road, which actually our hotel room was on the back side of the hotel. I realized, so it was facing the pool. So the road noise actually wasn't too bad, but it was on like a whole strip of hotels. But it was nice because there was like a restaurants and stuff across the road you could even potentially walk to. I mean, I wouldn't walk to it because the road was really busy, but um, yeah, and it was interesting because I didn't know that Bentonville and Rogers like run together. They almost are like too many cities into one big city.
if that makes any sense. But yeah, and then so you left on that was Friday, but what do we start with here? Let me look. I got some notes, or actually, I got my folders for when I did the editing for the videos. Some of the videos have come out already, and some are still scheduled to come out. So be on the lookout for more videos. I'm looking over at my folders to see what we start with. The Peel Museum and Botanical Garden in Bentonville, Arkansas. That was our first stop, right?
That was the 150-year-old mansion that was transplanted from original property in 1993 to a Walmart parking lot, which when we pulled up, I was like, there's no way there's a mansion and a botanical garden in a Walmart parking lot. And sure enough, we pulled up and it was a mansion from 150 years ago with a little cabin, a beautiful botanical garden, and yeah, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life, honestly. I've never been to a house that old, I don't think.
Yeah, I knew the botanical garden was going to be like, those are usually like flowers and stuff, right? Water fountains and stuff. I didn't know what the Peel Museum was going to be like at all, and that was actually the Peel family's house, right? That's what it was. So that was pretty cool going through there. Then our next step from there, we went off to what did we do after that? Let's see. I'm just looking at my folders here. That was the second day. That was this.
And I want to add on that, so just to go back to the Peel Museum, sorry, I didn't mean to
You're good.
interrupt you, um, is I don't know if I'd recommend it for kids. We talked a lot about that while we were there because there's artifacts from 150 years ago in there, and I felt like it wasn't like roped off well enough. So like little kids or even our kids our age, our kids are 7 and 9. I still feel like they would break something or knock something over. What I really did love about there is you could scan a QR code and you could have an audio tour of the entire mansion, which I used, and I found that really helpful because I'm a visual person, but also hearing like all the facts, or someone could take you on a tour, which was really cool.
Yeah, they had the tours you could do with somebody, and those were every 30 minutes, I actually think. I think
So,
every
yeah.
30 minutes you could do those. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then, like she was saying, like that's the one thing they did say when you went, like, make sure you didn't sit on any of the furniture or anything, because like she said, the stuff's 100+ years old. So
What I found really eerie, which I mean, I've been in haunted hotels. My mom used to work in a haunted hotel when I was a kid. So in the Prescott, Arizona area, there was a lot of haunted hotels and stuff like that when I was growing up as a kid. But I found really eerie was one of the rooms that in the audio they were talking about this lady that died in the room, and it was like, oh, this is so weird, standing somewhere where someone died. I just was a little freaked out. But
the, pretty cool to check out, though. It was a big house for an old house. So
yeah, and their kitchen was downstairs, and I learned
well, and it was, I think, in real life. Well, way back when they lived in it, I think it said outdoor kitchen. So actually, I don't even think the kitchen was attached to the house. Like you had to go out of the house to go to the kitchen.
yeah, but they said, didn't they say they do it, put it downstairs because heat rises or whatever, but they would have to do it downstairs because if a fire caught fire or something, it would burn the house down faster. I don't remember.
You got a better
There
memory
was
than I do.
there
I
was
don't remember any of
something
that.
in the audio tape that went over. Basically, they have you have to have it downstairs because heat rises and it was, I don't know, it was like a whole scenario. I don't remember the whole thing, but anyways.
But Kim had the audio going on her phone, and I was doing videos and vlogging, so I wasn't even really paying attention to the audio. So I wouldn't remember anyways. I have a horrible memory.
And what was really interesting about the kitchen is it showed like they had to literally like churn their own butter back then and get their own milk. And then when we went back up on the deck at the very end of the tour, there was a well like down in the porch, and they had this little bucket, and it showed how much weight they would have to pull from feet down in the ground.
Yeah, we're trying not to wake him up. We just got Skylar to sleep. She took like an hour to go to sleep. She's still coughing really bad. So actually, now that you're on here, I guess we'll know more first thing in the morning. I'm not sure if we'll make it to Whitewater tomorrow. Off the topic of recapping our thing, but my mom or dad's on here, so we're letting them know. But we'll let you know for sure in the morning on Whitewater. But she's finally asleep, so we're trying not to be too loud though.
So there was a water bucket that like was a, I don't know if you could actually test it, but you could put the water bucket down in the well. I think it said, or you could like lift it to, what did it say? You could lift it to see how heavy it would be.
I don't think you could put it in the well. The well was all in a glass case, wasn't it?
Well, maybe just giving an example of how much weight they would have to pull up every single day. They would have to get their own water. I'm like, can you imagine living in those times where you literally had to get your own water to cook every single day, and you had to pull it up by hand? Can you imagine? Anyways, I found all of it really interesting. I thought that was a really cool place, and it's free, so I highly recommend.
Hey, since you're on here though, can you hear us okay? We're trying not to be too loud, but we know you guys got to hear us at the same time. Anything else on the Peel Museum and Botanical Garden? That was our first stop of the trip.
Oh, it did have a fountain outside and like a lot of benches you could go out and sit on. There were a lot of bees there.
Tons of bees.
So, and I know
They
when I
didn't
was
attack
sitting
us at
there,
all or anything. No.
we were like walking around and there was like a ton of bugs like everywhere. And I remember sitting down on one of the benches and literally I looked down at my hand and I was like, oh my gosh, I just got bit in the hand like twice. So, I mean, there's a lot of bugs there, so there couldn't be any bugs, which is super weird to say. But
weird. It's Midwest.
Yeah,
you should Midwest, Arkansas.
You should probably always wear bug spray every day in Missouri or Arkansas. Whatever.
Yeah, it was still weird though that it was in a Walmart parking lot. Fish shop was cool. Monsters. Fish shop was cool. River monsters. I'm trying to think of the video. The river monsters. Oh, fish aquarium. The river monsters were in the fish aquarium. Oh yeah, it was cool. Really small though. We're getting to that soon. Talking about that. Yeah. And then yeah.
I think that was it for that one. But the people that worked there were really nice, and like they asked you like if you wanted a tour, and they like the lady when we entered the mansion, she was like explaining things and the history of it, and I thought the whole experience was really neat.
What's the crown mean? She's really my number. Mom and Dad's my number one fan. Is that what the crown means?
I think it's a new.
Oh, the fan, the top fan thing. Oh yeah, right here, top fans.
Thanks for being a top fan.
Thanks for joining the live stream. Feel free to ask any questions. Right now, we're just recapping our 20-year anniversary trip. But if you got questions, leave them in the comments, and we'll stop our story and answer any questions you got.
And just a side note, I love fall and I love Halloween. So you can kind of see back here, we already have the kids wanted to put up the Halloween stuff. So we have some Halloween decorations there.
They wanted to put them up, but then they got scared. So most of them aren't up anymore.
That's true. Some of them had to be taken out.
Yes, I think it was bigger than we thought. Well, the room was pretty small.
It was in person. It was small.
Yeah, I still managed to get. I think what was it? 30-minute video.
It was half a lap. It wasn't even a full lap. Like like it was like half a lap of a building.
It was still good though. It had some rays and all that. We'll get to that though. I was trying to go in order, but my videos didn't go in
It
order.
is
That's
not
the
bigger than
problem.
Wild World. It's actually like a quarter of the size of Wild
Oh no,
World.
definitely
It's
not.
like
Not even
you
close to
literally-
Wild World.
it's probably like our house or our apartment, 2 apartments maybe.
Well, actually,
It's pretty tiny.
if you took Wild World just indoor section, no, it's still smaller than Wild
No,
World's
it's
indoors
not. Yeah, it's not.
section. Yeah,
It's
it
tiny.
wasn't that big. But
I would not spend the money.
all right, let me see. Where did we go from there? That was the Peel Museum,
Did we
and
go to the Walmart one?
was that after that?
Mm.
Still have to watch the last video. Yeah, I think the Walmart one came out today. I've got them all scheduled now. So from now to all the way through Tuesday, um, will be I got videos coming out every day from this trip series. So yeah, I think that might have been the next one we went to was the Walmart Museum in Bentonville, Arkansas, which was
Which was
pretty
about
cool.
15 minutes. Is it 15 minutes from?
Yeah, they all weren't far from each other, within
Mhm.
10, 15 minutes. And the Walmart Museum was pretty cool. I didn't realize, I thought it was just like a Walmart museum that they built, but that was the original store, right?
Yes,
It
that
was the
was the
original
Walton
store
5 and 10.
location
It was the
of the,
original first store
yeah, that was
of
actually the
Walmart
first
ever.
store.
That's what the name.
Oh, and it was really cool walking through there because they had display cases of like different years of like the old school toys, and that was cool. And they even had a like Super Nintendo in one of the cases, like the old school
Oh, and
toys.
that lady, the funniest part was we got to the 1980s, 1990s, which is like when we were born. And this worker was standing there, and Zach had on his ET shirt, and she's like, "Hey, you should come over here and look at this case. I think it might have something in it that's interests you." And Zach's like, and
She
I was
made
like,
sure we were looking.
go over here. And I was like, oh, I know what she's talking about. And he just stood there, and I'm like, do you see it? And it was a whole case of VHS tapes, and one of them was ET.
Yeah, I was wearing my ET Roosevelt shirt. So,
And she's like, don't look at this.
and it seemed like that museum kept going too. Every time I'm like, this ain't gonna be that big. It didn't look that big from the outside. And then you like go into another room, and then it even had a second story that you go up to.
Oh, yeah. I almost missed the second story.
Yeah, and then when you're going up the stories, I think that video is out. I think that one came out today. So if you've seen that video, yeah, going up the stairs, they had all the like Walmart ads all over the
That was
wall.
so cool. I think we have,
Yeah.
I think we have a picture of that or video, a short
It's
video.
on the video too.
But yeah, it was literally wallpaper. And I even went up to it and like touched it because I'm like, do you think they like paper mache it to the wall or like put glue sticks on it? Like, how did they get that on the wall? Because it literally was like separate individual ads,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
But
so-
yeah, and then you can make these. I have a little example. It's called a Spark. But they have these printer machines where when you go to Walmart, you see people that have the stickers or buttons with their names on it, and it's called the Spark. And I didn't know that, but you can actually 3D print and make your own. I don't know if you can see it. We got a couple. It was free, but you can make different sparks. This one had like little blocks in it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the equal of this.
Well, I don't think it's 3D, really, is it?
No.
I don't think it's 3D. It's just a sticker.
The upstairs was really cool. They actually had a Lego set of the actual first Walmart store, and then they have this little thing on the wall that was like, find these characters in this huge Lego set, and then it also said how long it took 800 hours to build it.
I don't
Or
remember
something.
how long, but
It was
it was a long
crazy.
time.
But I found all the things that it said in the little guessing thing.
And it showed how many pieces it was, and I don't remember that. It's in the video.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I was doing video. We were trying to take pictures. I think you were taking some shorts too.
Yeah.
We were trying to do everything on top of enjoying everything.
But yeah, Mr. Walton is who found it. That's why the original store is Walton 5 and 10. They had a little gift shop at the beginning, and you'll see in one of our videos, there's like a town square down there in Bentonville. Super cute. It's almost like something out of a movie. Like had a fountain and like all these little mom and pop stores and places to eat. But we didn't really explore that much.
No.
Yeah.
She had a list of like free museums.
I was like, we have a schedule.
We're going from here to there to there to there. And I think we hit everything on your list. So, and then after the Walmart museum, if that's all you got, then we headed. No, I don't know how to talk. But then we went to, I think, Crystal Bridges Museum. That was the last thing of our first day, I think.
Oh my gosh, that one was so cool.
Yeah, Crystal Bridges Museum of American art on there, but I think it was not natural art.
No, it
or
was
something.
American art.
Was it?
It was American art.
So pretty cool museum. Wasn't too sure on what to expect there either, as I didn't really know much about anything, but it was an art museum, so lots of cool art pieces, and it was cool. Like inside was, they called bridges, but you're still like inside, but it like walked over the water, so it was kind of cool. The art was very spread out, so it was way bigger. Like you could probably get lost in there.
We actually did a couple times. He's not
like
lying.
You go into a
it's
room,
literally like you
and
get
then,
lost.
Yeah, there's a room off of that room, and it was pretty cool though. I think I said it in my video. I don't think that one's come out yet, but I don't know. I'm lost. But I think I said in my video.
Too many videos. Yeah. I think they're all blurred together.
They probably are, but
yeah.
Now I don't even know. Oh, there was one room we got to go into, which I'm surprised they let you in. It was kind of like a behind the scenes where you got to see some art and how it kind of got shipped in. You got to see the big wooden crates that it got shipped in together. Part of it was all under construction. They were adding, obviously, more art, a whole other section of it. So.
The outdoor section. I think they're doing. Well, they have one currently, but it's like there's a forest trail out there that you can actually pay for, and at night it's a lighted forest trail, and you can actually pay for it and go on this trail that's a lit path, and it has like outdoor art too. And when we initially got there and parked, there was these beautiful, like, I don't know if they were ceramic or blown glass structures of flowers that were outside, and we had some video and photo of that before we went in. Now, I will tell you, I almost had a heart attack or a heart palpitation because when we went, before we got on the elevator to go up, we went out on this deck to go look at the water. And first of all, it kind of freaked me out a little bit because the blocks on the ground were moving when I was walking on the balcony thing. And then we went to go back inside to get on the elevator, and I thought the doors were locked, and we were locked outside on this little balcony. And I looked at you and I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. We're locked out here and there's no one around. And there was no one around. And I'm like, we're never getting out of here because we're stuck on this balcony. And what happened was I was the silly one. I shouldn't be telling the silly story, but I think it was a push door, not a pull door or something. Anyways, long story short, I had a slight minor.
She's over dramatic it. She wasn't that bad.
I was scared. I was like, there's no one around. We're gonna be stuck out here. Anyways, the door wasn't locked. Come to find out, it was just I didn't push the door or pull the door. I don't know, but it was scary.
And then on the nature path thing she was talking about, yeah, you could do $25, I think it was, for adults for the lighted path. But I'm not sure if you could. We never did go outside to like see if you could go on that path for free, like during the day. If it was only the night one you had to pay for. Yeah, we didn't.
Counter at the beginning.
We didn't go outside or go to the counter. We just went to the free stuff. So
yeah, and what's really, really beautiful about about that, which we were going to stay there for our anniversary dinner, is on one of the bridges. They have an actual fine dining restaurant, and at night it's all lit up on the bridges, and you can eat there. And they have, like I said, fine dining and a bar that you can get drinks and stuff at. So we almost stayed for that, but
We almost stayed there.
yeah, but I didn't look at cost wise or prices. I'm assuming it's high end prices. And then also, when you go all the way downstairs at that museum, after you get lost through all these different hallways and places of art, they have a kids zone, which actually kids can go in there and do. They have like light up tables that you can trace art on and draw. And they have a TV screen where you can watch someone teach you how to draw. And they had a chalkboard and a whiteboard, and you can go outside. And they had outdoor games.
They had a cool water area too.
Yeah, outdoor was pretty cool.
They should have put they should put fish in it or something.
Yeah, they don't have fish in it.
That's because you care for the animals. You don't got to do anything with just the watering hole.
True. Yeah.
It would have been cool.
But it says in 2026 they have a whole new wing we were talking about, which is cool to go back and see. One of the really cool things I think your dad would like is they had a whole entire wall of literal like nails, screws, wooden pieces of bark on this huge wall. And I think he might have missed it because I walked down the hallway, but it was a piece of artwork on a whole entire wall of just like nails and screws and boards. It's very cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, so Crystal Bridges Museum, very cool. Very different from anything we've ever done. Like I said, that was, I think, our first art museum that I remember. Well, definitely on the art channel. It's the first one we've done, but I think
highly recommend that one. I don't know if you would take kids to that. Would you take them?
I don't know. The kids might be bored. You don't want them to ruin the art.
Yeah, because the artwork was, you literally could touch it. They actually told him he had to put his backpack on the front of him. Or it was weird when we walked in there, like, you have a backpack on, sir. You're going to have to put that on the front of you or carry it off to the side.
No, something it was on the front of you, or you had to one strap it.
Oh, so
you can have it two straps.
I would think if you have one strap on, you would hit it against the artwork. But anyways, I said so you couldn't
your
touch
mom's
them.
there, finally.
Anyways,
so hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Chrissy Rose. Thanks for being a Diamond member. Thanks for joining the live stream. We were just chatting it up about Crystal Bridges Museum. Oh, on the way in, we saw a deer right next to the road.
That scared me. We were driving, and I was like, like in Missouri, and people who live in Missouri or anywhere, you driving down the road and you look over in someone's yard and you see like this stuffed deer or something, like decoration. I swear to you, this deer looked like a decoration on the side of the road. Oh no, it started blinking and moving its head, and I was like, we're going to hit that deer.
It was right
so when we got out and parked, I told Zach, I'm like, I started walking down this trail, and he's like, are you going to go find that deer? And I'm like, I might. I'm going to go see if it's still sitting over there on the side of the road and make sure it's real.
Yeah, it was cool, though. It was right next to the road. So that was the Crystal Bridges Museum. And then after that, I think that was all we did for the first day. After that, we ended up at, I'm trying to think here. Where did we end up for dinner? Dave and Buster's?
We went to Dave and Buster's. So there's this place called the Promenade, and it's in Rogers, which was about 15 minutes from our hotel. It's an incredibly huge outdoor shopping plaza. It has like literally every store you could possibly think of.
Glad it wasn't bare. It's sweet.
Yeah, but there was a lot of outdoor life driving down those Arkansas roads. Anyways, so Dave and Buster's was there, which we didn't know we were going to go for dinner, but we had never been there. And Zach didn't know that it was a place you can play like arcade games or something. And he didn't believe me when I said, oh no, this is a place you can actually eat dinner. And he's like, oh, I thought you just said it was an arcade. I was like, no, you can eat dinner.
You get your water? You're choking? Want me to get your water for you?
I'm good.
I got some water. Where I got some water, get your water. Anyways, that's where we ate. Then we went back to the hotel. We didn't make it into the pool at all. The hotel, it was an outdoor pool, nothing fancy.
You didn't even say what you ate at Dave and Buster's.
Chicken wings.
We had Parmesan garlic chicken wings.
You talked me into splitting, so we didn't have a lot of anything. She kept talking me out of ribeyes. She kept telling me I could get ribeye with Clay when we got back, and she didn't let me do that either. So she kept talking me out of the steak.
What were those fries called? We had the fries.
Oh, truffle fries. Might have been the first time I ever had truffle
fries. And they were like garlicky and so
they were good.
And then they had like this yummy sauce you could dip them in. And then I went to the drink menu and they had this Hot Wheels pineapple Sprite drink. And I was like, I'm going to try it. Well, of course, it's one of those drinks you don't get free refills. So it's like $5 just for the drink. But that was really good. But he ended up drinking
really good. She didn't like it. She gave it to me.
It was good, but I can't drink a lot of sweet stuff. And then the reason we split is because I wanted the strawberry shortcake cake for my anniversary dessert. So we split the strawberry shortcake. I don't even know if you have pictures of that, but I took pictures. I took pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really cool arcade. But you had to spend, like, you could do a dining. What was it, a dining package?
Oh, yeah, you could add, like, your arcade money in with your food, if that makes sense. Well, the arcades now are all cards, swipe cards. So you could get, excuse me, so you could add your swipe card with probably so much money with your meal, and maybe you got a deal or something. We didn't do that. We didn't play any games, so. Yeah, that was our first day, and then we headed back to the hotel, and that was that. And then the next day, let's see, what did we start with the next day? Did we start with Bass Pro?
Yes.
Yeah, we started.
Bass Pro. You always got to go to Bass Pro.
It started. We started.
Do you think we're a little tired? I think
we started with Bass Pro Shops in Rogers, Arkansas, which when she first started planning this, I didn't know there was a Bass Pro there because for our 20-year anniversary, I kept telling her I wanted to go to Memphis, Tennessee. I still think we should have went to Memphis, Tennessee, so I could have went to the Pyramid Bass Pro Shop. But they did have at least a Bass Pro Shop, so we went there. It was actually a pretty big building. I would say it's probably bigger than the Branson one here. I don't know if anything will ever, well, maybe the Pyramid one, Memphis, but I don't think anything will top the Springfield Bass Pro Shops. But it was definitely, I would say, bigger than the Branson one.
Yes.
But it was more like when you first walked in the entrance area, like they had taxidermy up on towards the ceiling. There's a section in the very back with 2 aquarium fish tanks and a bunch of other taxidermy. But then outside of that one area, like where I don't know if you noticed looking up at the ceiling, it was almost like you're just in a warehouse or a normal store.
Yeah,
like
it wasn't like
there's one section major, a lot of theming, and like I think even the roof was like logs or log cabin, if I remember right. I'd have to go back and watch the video, but off to the sides which it was very big, it was just all because we just created that thumbnail. Remember that thumbnail? And what you saw was lights, like warehouse pipes, and like no theming on the ceiling or anything. But it was still cool to go to a different Bass Pro Shops than what we're used to.
And you got a free taste test of their jerky.
Yeah,
when you walked in the middle of where the taxidermy was in the middle of the store, there was a booth where they had all the different types of jerkies, and you got the jerky.
You had a free sample of the jerky, and then, like I said, the main taxidermy area was right behind that area. They had a taxidermy polar bear. That was pretty cool.
It was a very big.
It was actually a big building. They still had your boats there you could buy that were indoors. Yeah, so I'm very glad we stopped there, even though I don't know if any of them will probably have like the Springfield one where you got free museums you can check out and all
Once
that.
you've been to that one, it's hard to compare.
Yeah, because they got the second story in Springfield, and they got a turtle exhibit too. Oh, and they even got the alligator in Springfield. Here they just had the 2 aquariums. One side had like alligator gars and bass and stuff, and then the other side had trout. So glad we stopped off there. I could check another Bass Pro Shop off the list.
And we always have the lovely people at the front of the store, every Bass Pro. They're always trying to sell you a vacation. And the lady's like, "You've been to Branson?" And
Well,
Lizard's like,
Big Cedar.
we live there.
They're trying to get you to go to Big Cedar, so even in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then from there, we went to the Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, I really liked the cat that was the taxidermy. You'll see in our photo on our video. He was on a tree and he's like attacking, like you walk over and he looks like he's attacking you. That was cool.
Well, Henry Knight, the DJI came out with it. I do apologize. Like I said, some of the videos aren't out yet. Some of the intros and outros. I have this DJI camera. It's the very first one from my brother. But I forgot this piece right here on our trip. And that's how you flip the camera around so you can see the screen when you're recording. So I forgot this, so I had to hold it backwards and I couldn't see the screen on where it was pointed. So there was some intros where like Kim, it only got like from here up on Kim. There was one I had to completely redo where it was like half of both of our faces. So I apologize for that when you guys see those in the videos, but yeah, I can't believe I forgot this piece though. I just had to say that. If I could just
he was
get
very upset about that.
I could just get the Osmo Pocket 3.
He was very upset.
Always good to check out different Bass Pro stores. I know if I could get a bunch of subscribers or this YouTube channel to blow up or get some members, I could make myself a challenge and go to every Bass Pro Shop in the USA.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
a cool
cool.
challenge.
Along with every aquarium in the USA.
And every museum. Yeah, there's probably a lot of
Museums are hit and miss, but
probably too many.
that would be cool. Anyways, I got off topic with the camera. Next, we hit the Blue Zoo Aquarium. I think that's what we did
I
next.
don't understand. Why did they call it a zoo?
Yeah, it's called Blue Zoo.
Oh, maybe because they have birds
Yeah.
and reptiles.
Same thing, same principle as Wild World, where they say it's a zoo and
So
aquarium.
with the Blue Zoo, you can go on Groupon, and for an adult ticket, I think it was $15 an adult, and I think it was like $10 per kid. But in person, it was like 22 or something per person. So I highly recommend the Groupon. It was in that promenade we were talking about, shopping center. But it literally was like half a circle.
It reminded us of kind of, not the size, but being in the shopping center, like the Sea Life aquariums are in the mall here. I know in Arizona, they have a lot of the Sea Life aquariums you see are in the mall. So that was in the shopping center. And also, so you pay to get into the thing, but they did have, I forget how much it was, buy these tokens where there's like 8 different exhibits, animals that you can feed. So that's a big thing there. I would say probably 60, 70% of it you could interact with the animals
so that's
that were
probably
there.
why it's so small too, is because if you're a kid and you go there, even though it's small, you would enjoy it because you could literally get so many touch things. You could pet a cichlid, which I found really strange because those things are like really dirty fish and they like bite you, I think.
I don't think those bite. Those aren't Oscars or
Okay.
anything. But
And you can pet turtles, which I should have done.
I
I regret that, but I literally thought that turtle was going to bite my finger.
I tried to get her
to
pet the turtle. I pet the turtles. There's koi fish too. You could stick your hand in. I didn't do that.
There was a person over there, and they had their fingers in there, and the koi fish were literally sucking.
Yeah,
on
the koi fish like have the tip sucking on the person's finger. I didn't touch the koi or the cichlids or anything, but I pet the turtles. And they had a big tortoise that I went back and pet.
Oh, that was interesting.
And
that
then
was huge. He was like,
they also had they have stingrays. I didn't pet the stingrays, but you can pet the stingrays.
Stingrays.
Yeah, different types of stingrays. They had a bird exhibit room you could go into too and check birds, but Kim didn't want to do the birds. I don't know if they actually land on you or not. Go
I
inside the
don't want to
bird.
get stuck in my hair, or poop on me, or claw at me, or peck at me. I don't know. I'm not a bird. I'm not a big bird fan.
Yeah, we didn't do the bird thing, but then there was a reptile room too. And we did do the reptile room.
That
And
one
he
freaks
was
me out too, though.
yeah, the guy was explaining like they had some tortoises in there that could just walk around. He's like, you got to watch where you're walking. Yeah, he said there was lizards too, but all we saw in that whole room were the tortoises. We didn't see any lizards running around. Didn't have to worry about stepping on any of them.
Flip flops, and when he said that, he's like, "Okay, before we go in here, just be prepared. There's gonna be creatures crawling around on the ground, and they could bite your feet." Blah blah blah.
He said nibble on your shoe, but
I was
same
like,
thing.
I don't want to go in here. They're gonna bite my toe.
And then they did have a big tank with a nurse shark in it and some smaller like black tip sharks. So that was pretty cool.
And then we thought it was over, and then we walked further, and there was a reptile area, and it was feeding time, and they were feeding the Gila monster, the iguana, bearded dragon. The bearded dragons were interesting. Those ones were really cool to watch, but the iguana was so cool to watch. How it ate the food.
They're actually
that on
heading.
video, right? Eating the food, yeah.
They're actually heading out of the museum, and I'm like, oh wait, there's an entrance area over here. That's where the reptiles were. So we almost missed the reptiles. I'm glad we did it. I'm still glad we did it. I would definitely get the Groupon for the $15 to save you a little money. I mean, they did have some sharks. They had the stingrays. Had a bunch of different encounters that you could. I would probably spend $15 again to take the kids maybe once. But yeah, it was my video. Somehow I still came out with like I said, I had to go on there and look, but I think it was still a 30-minute video. But I like to record a lot of things, so yeah, it was pretty small. Definitely the smallest aquarium I've been to.
Yeah, and that was actually besides. So our entire trip, we really just paid money for food in our hotel, and that was really the only thing we actually paid for out of all the things we did.
Oh, what show you watching? Gotta get that show on. Yeah. Otherwise, everything we did was free, minus the aquarium. All the other museums and everything were free. And yeah, so Blue Zoo was cool. So we did Bass Pro, Blue Zoo, and then we drove by a bike park, which I didn't get any video of. I might have got some pictures of it. It was nothing like the video. I mean, it would have been like 2 minutes worth of video, but I actually showed
when he says bike park, he doesn't mean a motorcycle.
No.
He means like actual mountain bikes.
Mountain bikes, BMX. It was cool. First, we went by it because it's supposed to be a railway park with a playground.
It's called Rail
Yard Park. That's it. With a playground. So we wanted to go by it and check it out, see if Clay would like it. And there was a big playground section, but I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to how it was themed to a railway, though. I'm not sure. But then you keep going, and I wanted to see the bike park, and it's a full blown like bike jumps set up, dirt jumps, and even part of the track you jump through you go through a train car. So it was pretty cool. I kept telling Kim, I said, I want to go buy a bike from Walmart just to go ride on the track.
They had an observation deck, so it was like an actual like park that was free. It was free parking, and you could go up on this observation deck, which is where he went, and you could watch all these cyclists go through all this. And what I found was really neat and really inspiring was there was this 2-year-old little boy on a bike that didn't have pedals, but like on those bikes you could just walk pedal or whatever you call it. And he was down there in the little tiny track where he was on, and I found that really cool that they had a little small for kids too.
Hey, thanks for joining the live stream, everybody. We're just recapping our 20-year anniversary trip to Arkansas, but feel free to leave a comment down below. If it's off topic, it doesn't matter. We'll stop. If you have any questions about our channel or YouTube or family or anything, feel free to leave a comment, and we'll try to answer it as we go. Yeah, the bike park was cool. Like I said, I kept trying to get Kim. I'm like, let's go buy a park or a bike. I can put it in the car and I can come down here and ride. She said I'm too old for that. I said,
I
well,
said,
let
"Do
me
you
show
want
you.
broken bones? Do you want a broken bone?"
She said I was too old for that. I said, oh, come on. I can show you how I know how to ride a bike. It was cool, though. So, yeah, I didn't get any video or vlog for that. So, like I said, it wasn't too much. And then, so we hit Bass Pro Blue Zoo at the bike park. And then, oh, the War Eagle Mill. That was the next thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the
And
War
they
Eagle
still
Mill.
say that it was in Rogers, but it was in like a smaller town.
But if you look it up online, I looked it up online too, and it still says Rogers. I don't
So
know.
it's one of the original mills in Arkansas, watermill.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure on what to even expect on this, but it was just a
Tiny little
building, like a barn building. It had a water wheel at the back. It's right next to, I don't know if that was a river or a creek. I don't know what that was.
I think they considered it a
River. I didn't catch the name. So it's right next to a river. Had a great view. But the main thing was we walked in and it was like a merchandise. It had a bunch of stuff and you could buy and jams. And there was a cafe up in the third story, which we didn't go to because we had already ate. And then, but there's a one lane bridge that takes you across the river. And at first, we saw people walking on it, so I knew you could get out and walk on it. And at first, Kim didn't want to even walk on it.
No,
I got her to
because
walk
it's
out a
like
little bit.
it literally looks like such an old bridge that like all these things that we saw when we were there, it just reminded me something out of the movies. Like it didn't even seem real. It was like, okay, so we walk up there and I'm like, okay, this looks okay. But then it looks kind of sketchy to me because you can only go one way across and one way back. So like if someone was on this side of the road and you were on this side of the road, if you guys were both going on it was one way bridge. So you would have to back all the way back off the bridge so the other person could come across. When we're on there, there's like this tiny little pathway that you can walk on while the car is going across, and it like made this really loud, like shaky noise. And I was like, okay, first of all, it was a super high bridge in my opinion because I'm afraid of heights. So if you're afraid of heights, I wouldn't recommend walking on it. And then he's like, at the end, he's like, oh, well, since you only didn't walk all the way across it, we got to drive across it. And I'm like, no, because all I keep picturing in my mind is someone coming head on at us on a bridge and they're going to hit us. And of course, we're halfway across the bridge and someone's about to come over it and they stopped. But I'm like, I'm like praying in my head. I'm like, please let us get over this old rickety bridge. Why did he take me across this bridge? But it was actually wasn't that bad. I don't like heights, even something that high and old. I just feel like I don't know. It's just weird.
So I got her to walk out a little bit, and at the end we drive over it and drive back. And that video is not out yet, so make sure you guys are subscribed and notifications turned on so you know when our videos come out.
And no, it wasn't like a swing. It was like a driving move. It just they have these ramps that took your car up on, and when the car was driving, it was like shaking.
It wasn't that bad.
Not shaking. It was just felt like it was moving.
It's just an old wood bridge. So, but yeah.
And they had a goat, 2 goats out there. There was like a little picnic area people were picnicking at, and a little. Oh, and the bathrooms were interesting. I didn't go in the bathrooms. Used bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, I went in the bathrooms. It was just like
outhouse.
Yeah, kind of like an outhouse. It wasn't like logs or wooden area, but yeah. And then yeah, so that was pretty much there wasn't a bunch to do it. I actually put that one with our next stop, the Rogers Historical Museum. I put those two places actually combined them into one video because well, when I was editing, it actually ended up like 12 or 13 minutes, so it was longer than I actually thought. But probably with the video and across the bridge.
Yeah, and in that area there was a conservation area you could go drive over to that was free too, but I think it was further down the road. But I told him I wanted to go see the next one, the historical museum, before it closed. So we ended up just driving back. I think, but the War Eagle Mill, just so you all know, it is kind of off the beaten path. It's like out in a more woodsy, like farmland area, and it's about like 25 minutes from where we stayed. So I was originally planning on going to that one, but I'm glad we did. It was pretty cool. It was like, and then there was like a little bit of a waterfall and a water wheel up there too. That was,
So then I combined that one with our next stop, which was the Rogers Historical Museum, of course, in Rogers, Arkansas, which was pretty cool. But like she said, we got there probably with less than an hour before they closed. So we kind of, you'll see on the video when it comes out that we kind of went through pretty quick. And but you could definitely take your time and learn a lot about Rogers, the town Rogers. Um, I don't even remember a whole. I'm not good at retaining information. I guess you would say I have a bad memory, but it was pretty cool to check out. And like I said, you could very well take your time through there. And then you could also, Kim will talk a little bit more probably about it in a minute. But then also the lady said the house across the street, which I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. You can go across the street and tour the house, which we actually went across, tried to do, but it was like 20 minutes to closing and somebody else was already on the tour. And it's like you had to go on a tour with somebody at that one. So we just decided not to do that one. But, got anything to say?
that one was another free museum, but it is neat because it had a lot of the history of Rogers, and that was actually one of the original Ford dealerships. I learned when we walked in there. She was telling us about it. There was a lot of great artifacts and how there was that one thing too. It was like a original paddle boat.
Yeah, for Lake Atlanta. Like I said, it was one of the last paddle boats. It was one you pedal, and it had a metal bench. It had like an actual paddle wheel though, like you see on the paddle like steamboats. It had an actual paddle wheel that you paddle, and that's how it moved. But yeah, all metal though, way old school.
And they had area for kids that they could play and touch and do things with, as well as the building across the street. They had something like that. But that one was a pretty quick walkthrough. I mean, but you could take your time there and read everything. I think out of all the museums, my favorite was probably the Walmart Museum and the Crystal Bridges were probably two of my favorite. Or your
two favorites is I don't know. I can tell you my favorite, even though it was small, it's still going to be the Blue Zoo Aquarium because I'm a sucker for aquarium. I love fish, love seeing sharks. Even though it was small, still my favorite thing. Definitely so. So that's pretty much wraps up everything.
We have questions. We leave
any questions about anything to do with our 20-year? Let's see. Oh, we got a few people on here. Any questions about our family, our YouTube channel, anything you want to know about our 20-year anniversary trip in Arkansas? We went to Bentonville and Rogers.
And this beautiful rose behind me. My wonderful husband brought it to me at work on our 20 year, which was on Wednesday, this past Wednesday. And I can't believe it's been 2 decades. Now we have 2 kids later, and we live in a beautiful area where we get to do so many cool, fun things, which in Arizona, I don't think we'd ever be able to do half of what we've done in the last 5 years.
We still did stuff in Arizona, but not as
like
much.
This, yeah.
Like we went anything. We lived about 2 hours hour and a half, 2 hours from Phoenix. Somewhere major, or 3.5 hours, 4 hours from like Las Vegas. So you had to drive somewhere to go. So it's not like where we are. Literally,
we live like
10 minutes from. We are
Branson.
Probably less than 10 minutes at the most from Silver Dollar City. 5-10 minutes from the water park. I mean, we're 5 minutes from getting on the main 76 strip here in Branson that's got all the tourist attractions. I mean,
we are very blessed. And I just want to say a special thank you to our diamond members, Chrissy and Mike, my mom and stepdad for supporting our channel, because without you two, we wouldn't have been able to go on this wonderful, amazing trip and have fun adventure. So we appreciate all your support, and we hope that other people are inspired to join our channel and become a member, so that we can get more content out and do more places, with the kids or just on our own or Zach on his own. Um, since the channel started, I mean, we're almost at 5,000, and I know Zach says it's slow moving right now, but when we started this channel, it's like, I'll never get to 100, I'll never get to 200. And then, like, he get to 1,000, he's like, I'll never get to 2,000. And I'm like, see, I told you. And then he's like, I'll never get to 3,000. So now that we're almost at 5,000, like, it's just super inspiring to see, where he's come with this channel and what he's done with it. And I'm just super proud of him every single day of, doing this, especially for Clay, and Skylar, and leaving a legacy behind for, our kids and all the things that we get to do and are blessed to do. Um, you know, so. Oh, and this weekend, I mean, there's so many amazing things about living in Branson, but today especially, there's the inaugural Blue Angels in town. And literally, when I was at work today, you could hear this rumbling, and I'm like, "Is that thunder?" I'm like, "No, there's no storms today." And I was like, "Is that a motorcycle?" And sure enough, no, it is literally the Blue Angel jet planes that are flying above over Branson at Branson Airport. So it's costs money to go to, but we're gonna try to drive over there, on Sunday morning near that area and see if we can stay closer. But tonight we missed out on the meet and greet down at the landing, and they had fireworks. Um, but unfortunately, Skylar's sick right now, so things happen, in life that you can't always get to go. But we literally outside our house could hear them and see them in the distance doing their practice round. So I just want to say how cool it is to live in Branson and all the things that we do around here.
Yeah, we finally actually saw them. I was here in the plains all morning. The whole time I was here today, I kept going outside, couldn't find them, but it was cloudy. And then I was doing something in the car when I was out there, 5 o'clock or so. Might have been a little earlier, probably 4 o'clock. And you could hear them like right over, seemed like they were right over our head. And I finally got a peek of them off in the mountains. You could see it flying just over the mountains. So um, Kim, Clay, and Skylar were all inside. So I texted her to have Clay come out, and we watched them for probably, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. They must be doing their practice runs. And you can see them from about where we live. We want to get a little bit closer, but yeah, they're sold out for all Saturdays, all Sundays. The only ones they have left are Mondays. An adult ticket is $55 for one ticket. So yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the money to go, but Clay would love it. So we're gonna try to see somewhere we can drive over a little closer to where he can get a better view of the plains. Hopefully.
Anyways, not to sidetrack from our trip, but I just had to add that in because there's like literally we live like during 4th of July. There's like fireworks all the way around where we live. Like you can see fireworks from our window. And like even today, like we've lived in the place we've lived in for 2 years now, and we opened up Clee's blind so we could see the Blue Angel jets flying like through his window, and you can literally see the whole Branson downtown area from where we live, which is super cool. Like see the Ferris wheel and all the attractions down there, and it all lit up at night. And so it's just, yeah, there's so much to do.
And I'm gonna do the YouTube thing here. We're almost at an hour, but if you guys are watching this after the live stream, or even if you're watching it now, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And like Kim said, we appreciate our 2 diamond members. If you do feel like you want to help support us a little bit more, go ahead and hit that join button or the link in the description to our YouTube memberships. We have 6 different levels starting at only 99 cents a month. And all a little bit helps us get out there and keep getting videos for you guys and goes back into the channel. And yeah, if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe though. It's free to do, and it'll help us keep growing. And yeah, share our videos, get our channel out there, tell your friends, family. Yeah, we're done recapping our trip, our 20-year trip. So if you guys got any questions, or now we're just rambling, we'll stay on here. keep the questions coming, or if people are on here, we might wrap it up here in a little bit. We're getting close to that hour mark, but we got a great 20-year little trip getaway. Thanks to my mom and dad for watching the kids for 2 nights. So we can go on that trip. And if you guys are watching this after the live stream, or even if you're watching it right now, leave a comment in the comment section. If you guys like these Q&A chit chat sessions with us at night, maybe we can start doing them more if you guys actually like this kind of stuff. I don't know about every week, but if we comment saying you guys want it every week or once a month or something, maybe we'll start trying to do this a little more. We'll see how it goes, though.
And we made it through the first week of school. Back to school. They are in second and fourth grade.
Clay's in fourth, Skylar's in second.
And I'm so glad we made it through.
Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's it. Yeah, like I said, leave some. We'll stay on here a little bit longer. We just hit the hour mark, but any questions? Anything you guys want to talk about? Sports? Anybody? Probably lots of people excited for football starting.
Oh, yeah. At work, we have to wear Cardinal shirts.
Chiefs, not Cardinals.
Don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not a big football fan, clearly.
The Chiefs shirt. You live in Missouri.
I don't even know.
This ain't Arizona. But you got the baseball, St. Louis Cardinals. Baseball.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah, I've never really actually followed football much. I try every year. I say I'm going to follow football this year, and I watch one or two games. I'm more of a basketball person, so now I'm a YouTube person. I don't even have time to watch basketball sports. Not much time. I'm either getting videos, editing, or watching YouTube. All of my try to keep up with everybody I subscribe to.
Yes, sorry, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I said, like she said, we're like anybody. I don't know if she wants me to say. We're like every other family in the world today. We live paycheck to paycheck. So we're lucky we can get the season. If you guys have been subscribed for a while and have looked at my channel, we got a lot of Silver Dollar City videos, Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium videos. They are able to mix it up every once in a while. We do have a lot of Wild World live streams and videos. We got season passes to a few things to make sure I can get out and at least get you guys videos and live streams. But yeah, we live paycheck to paycheck. So if you guys want to see, we try to get out different places every once in a while when we got a little extra money. But become a member. Super thanks. If you want to support us one time with a super thanks on any videos, you can do that. Or become a member of our channel. Like I said, we got them as low as 99 cents. Even a 99-cent a month one will greatly appreciate it. Sorry if you've said previously, but have you guys always lived in the Southwest Missouri area? Or are you newish? What brought you to the area if you're from out of the area? Well, thanks for saying hi, Bob. We have not Southwest, not Missouri. No, this is Arizona. Southwest. I don't know. We moved here about 4 years ago from Arizona. We lived in Arizona our whole life till we moved here. And then,
yeah, we researched this area when COVID hit, and our kids were pretty much babies. And we decided that it would be a really great place to raise a family. At that time, I had a job opportunity out here. Again, it was just time for us for change. We just were really ready for change because we had lived there our whole life. We did leave my family behind, but his family followed us here. So we are lucky enough and blessed enough to have family support.
Yeah, like she said, we lived in Arizona our whole life. I was just ready for a change, and we did have my cousin, aunt. We did have a couple family members live in this area, and like she said, she got applied for a job, got a job offer, and we were actually coming for a family reunion, so like a week vacation here, and it went so fast that we actually packed the U-Haul for our family vacation. We came here, we
We
unloaded
literally
the
came here to vacation,
yeah,
and we moved here on vacation.
we unloaded the U-Haul into a rental house, went to our little cabin that we were staying at for our vacation. So it happened fast, but
Literally permanent vacation.
yeah, I hope that answered your question. So no, we haven't lived here our whole life, only about 4 years. And like she said, we were just looking for something different, and we did have family that lived in this area, and she was able to find a decent job to get us here. So, and then what else can we talk about? Yeah, it's a great area to raise a family and the very lack of adventures, and the world seems more normal here. Of course, I'm from Missouri, so I guess I don't have a big point of reference. Oh well. Yeah, it seems well that was another thing that brought us here is a lot of stuff to do. In Arizona, we lived in the northern area, about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours from Flagstaff. So if we wanted to do anything, we were always driving somewhere. So
Yeah, we lived really far out, like not in the boonies per se, but we lived in the city, but it was
a
like
smaller city.
a smaller town, I would call it.
Well, technically, the town we lived in Arizona has a higher population. Branson.
Oh, that's true. And people always ask us that. They're like, "Well, why did you choose Branson?" You know, and like I feel like we didn't do enough research on certain things when it came to Branson, to be honest.
Just spit it
because
out, the weather.
the weather, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Like I'll always love Arizona weather, and we got all 4 seasons there. Here, I was not prepared for the ice storms. I was not prepared for tornadoes. We were literally like the first time we moved here, we were in like a stinking tornado or close by or a bad storm. I don't know, but yeah, that's a whole nother story. Um, and then the 4th of July last year, we had to take shelter at the Dollar General down by the landing. Like it's just been crazy since we've moved here. So I don't know. I think I would have planned it a little better.
I knew there was a chance of like tornadoes and stuff in this area moving here, but then you don't realize like until you're actually here and actually hear the warnings going off and like how crazy it actually is with the weather. There's definitely a lot to do here. The kids love it. But and one day we're hoping this YouTube channel takes off a little more and we'll be able to bring you guys a lot more content. Different. I'd love to get if we could get more subscribers, more members, more people actually watching.
We want to go to Disney
videos.
World. We've never been to Disney World. That's like our dream is either Disney World or like go on a Disney cruise. So he watched for the past 5 or 6 years. He's been watching vloggers that do strictly Disney content, and they're like super inspiring and inspired him in different ways for this channel. But that was like our ultimate goal is to take a Disney World vacation, and I'm still trying someday to save enough money up to take the kids to do that, so that they're old enough to remember it. But we used to, when we were younger, we did Disneyland almost every year, if not every other year. So we're very big Disney fans.
Yeah, I would love to be able to get out more, do more stuff around here for you guys to see, even do staycations around here. But everything's so expensive. Takes lots of money, so we're hoping this YouTube channel can grow a little more. Get some members. Right now, we got the 6 different levels starting at 99 cents. Right now, I only have it set up as all the levels is early access to our videos, which sometimes it's a day early, sometimes it's a couple days early. But if we actually start to get more members, like more higher up members levels, I can add more perks too. Like, who knows, member only videos, members only live streams. Who knows? But
you gonna end it soon?
are you ready?
I don't know. It's almost.
Just so you're done talking.
It's getting late.
Okay. She's done. She's ready for bed. Anyways, so I guess with that, I'd like to say thanks to everybody that tuned into this live stream.
Unless there's any more questions.
Any more questions? Yeah, we'll give it another minute or two. Another minute or two.
This is way past our bedtime.
Feel free to hit us up with another question. I'll give it another minute or two, like I said, and great live stream recapping our 20-year little vacation to Arkansas. Like I said, thanks to everybody that tuned in, everybody that commented. And if you guys are watching this after the live stream, if you guys would make sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's free to do, and it helps us grow our channel. Help us get to that 5,000 subscriber mark. We're getting closer. Last time I looked, we're within a little less than 20. Changes every day, though. Every hour, every minute, it actually could change. Who knows? If you guys do feel like you can help support us a little bit more, go ahead and hit that join button or the link in the description to our YouTube memberships. We have 6 different levels starting at 99 cents a month, and they all come with early access to our videos. You can always hit a super thanks on any of our videos, which are usually, let me see if I have it on this screen. It might be. Usually there's like an S. Oh, it's a live stream, that's why. Usually there's an S when you're watching a video, maybe by the thumbs up, if I remember right, that you can click on it and you can do a one-time donation there. If you're ever watching my live streams, there's always super chats and super stickers. That's a way to help support us, and it does do a great deal by subscribing and watching our videos. So, with that,
Night.
night. She is ready for bed. So,
well, yeah. When you get up at really the wee hours of the morning, it's
we actually kind of did this on a whim. Is that the right word?
No, he brought it up, and he didn't think I would actually do it because honestly, I talk for a living, but in my personal life, I really don't like talking that much.
I brought it up. I said, "You want to do?"
I'm not a real big talker. Usually.
I said we should do a live stream recapping our 20-year anniversary trip to Arkansas, and if anybody else has questions or anything, kids are in bed, and I didn't think she'd say it. She actually went for it. So there we are. We did it, and I think we're done. Like I said, thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on the notifications. Make sure to turn them on your phone too. I think you have to do both, and then you'll know when we go live, know when our videos come out. And yeah.
And I am so excited that it's spooky season, and September 12th is going to be opening of Harvest Festival at Silver Dollar City. So we're going to have a lot of Silver Dollar City content, as well as aquarium videos, because as it goes into the winter months, we do more things that are outdoors. And I'm hoping and praying that we can come up with enough funds. I would like to get a membership to the Promised Land Zoo or a zoo in Springfield. So that is something I haven't even told him that I would like to do this year on top of what I do, and possibly Dogwood Canyon would be another one that I would love to get a membership to. So, but thanks for watching us. Thanks for supporting our family, and thank you for staying subscribed to our channel. And yes, the super stickers are actually, they have ones as low as 99 cents, so you can go on there, and I've tried that before and it works. So you can always, give us a super sticker too.
And we really do appreciate all the support from just you subscribing, watching our videos, becoming a member, hitting a super chat. We appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're just now. I was going to say something else, but I totally forgot. I really forgot. Yeah, we just thank you guys. Thanks everybody clicks on our videos, watches it. We appreciate it. And
and on the Harvest Festival, I looked up all the new drinks they have, and we get them free in our souvenir cup. So I'm excited most to try the new Fanta candy corn drink. I'm wonder if it's actually gonna have candy corn.
That's what I was going to say. Harvest Festival, September 12th.
Yes.
It's a Friday. Hopefully, we will be there opening night. I'm hoping.
For
But
the dance party. I wonder
we
if
never
that's
know
gonna
with the
be
kids, if the kids are sick or having a bad day or something. But we were trying to be there opening night. But it does take me a day or two to edit it, so the vlog might not be out till the next weekend or during the next week. But I do try on opening nights of things. I try to get it edited as fast as I can and get it posted
Yeah,
as quick as I can.
there's probably gonna be new pumpkin themes there and different things that they can do before. Every year they have something different, so I'm excited to see what they have.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to remember. And then I should be able to. We should have a few Harvest Festival. It's going to go through. I think around Halloween,
I think it goes till November 1st, and then usually November 1st is when they start the Christmas.
somewhere around there. So
And
we should have about a month or two of Harvest Festival. So we should get there at least a few times. I'm going to try to go while the kids are at school. I think normally maybe I'm thinking it's the Christmas. I thought Harvest Festival and the Christmas stuff Silver Dollar City didn't open until 1, and I can never make it there before I have to pick up the kids. But actually, Harvest Festival, their schedule says they open at 10 still for the Harvest Festival. So I should be able to make it there, do a video. Kids are at school. We'll see them. Anyways, we're just
I'm
rambling.
sure we'll have a date day, September and October.
Going there, maybe?
Yes.
We'll see.
I plan on it. I want to get the drinks multiple times, the different things. I know they have a pumpkin latte or some kind of coffee drink I have to have because I've already been buying the pumpkin spice creamer. It's already on the source. It's pumpkin time.
Yeah, we do. We try to make plans to an extent, but like I said, 2 kids, you never know what's going to happen. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in.
Love you, Mom.
We will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. How many more times can I say that? If you're new, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Become a member. Even the 99-cent member. You'll get early access to our videos. We appreciate all the support. Bye-bye. Check out our videos. Be on the lookout for new videos and new live streams. Peace out. Where's the camera? Peace out. Peace out.